Today is the 16th of May 2009. I was out of breath when I started. Start again. Okay, sorry. Okay. Hey everyone, today is the 16th of May 2009. This is something I can't talk about. It's hard, and I don't know why it's hard. I've tried everything, and nothing seems to stop it. It just keeps coming back. It's not as though it's something that's happened to me. It's something that I'm doing to myself. Therefore, I don't deserve any sympathy. And lots of people can't get their head round it, that even though it's something I'm doing, it's something I can't stop. And once again, I'm not making any sense. Okay, let's start from scratch. Hello there. My name is Rebecca Brown. I'm 16 years old and I live in the south-east of England. The subject of the video is Trichotillomania.
I've had trichotillomania for, I started when I was 13 and I'll be 26 in September, so it'll be coming on to 13 years.
It started for me when I got eczema in my eye.
I thought I had something in like one of my eyelashes and I was like trying to get it out and like I pulled it out.
I was in the passenger seat of my mom's car and I just like started pulling my eyelashes out.
I used to like break my hair kind of, and I guess I just pulled it out or something.
I was worried about ingrown hairs growing inside of the cut, and so that's when it started. Just this little spot on my shin. I never like thought about pulling a hair before that, I guess. It was just this new thing.
Firstly, what is trichotillomania? Trich is basically the pulling out of one's hair. There are different types of pulling. You can pull out your eyebrows, your eyelashes, but personally I just pull out my hair. Hair pony, right, let's show you my bald patch. Hold on. I think when I was about 13, got my first mobile, and I'd take pictures of everything. Once I got my hands on my first DSLR, I went mental, and the photography just exploded, as did the twin photography, clone photography. I find taking photos, twin photos, very helpful and a very good way to express how I feel about the whole hair issue. I've developed this character, or twin, I call her, called Jennifer. And originally it was just like another character to make videos with. Whereas as I've got older, it's kind of turned into this other personality, like what I would like to be. I'd love to be confident. Then YouTube came along.
Hey YouTube, it's Rebecca Brown, aka Beckia, Rebecca Brown, whatever you really want to call me.
When I first started doing it, I did it not really thinking about who it was going out to. It was just me talking to the world. I just didn't think twice about what I was saying. I can be very, very confident online because it's my world, and I can edit and I can reshoot, whereas offline I can be very nervous of people. OCD, so I've got water, tissues, lip balm, lip gloss, extra tissues. Alright, now I've got my little hat. Probably won't need it, but there you go.
Thank you.
I believe me, I spent a lot of time looking at it. You know, at Harvard, I spent a lot of time looking at it. Tiger has scared me now. Okay, I've had a few glasses of wine, and no, I don't feel conscious about showing my art at all. Like showing my art, that's what it's here for. It should be shown. Actually, the piece that's back there, there's many strokes on there that I wish were done much slower, but I did them with more speed than I would have liked to have done them. And now when I look back, like I can see that, and it drives me crazy actually. I wish I had done them slower.
I realized not until I had started getting help for Trick that my work was really therapy for me.
Because my anxieties are so high, I end up stressing myself out, having severe pulling sessions for absolutely no reason. But if I paint, I am totally lost in another world. Like, I'm lost in my work, I'm lost in my process, lost in the colors that I'm using, I'm like lost in my brush marks, I'm lost in the music that I'm listening to, and then like it all just kind of takes over my body, and what comes out of it is my work.
You know, that 7-year-old girl I saw the last night is still sitting with me.
I'm at the School of Visual Arts and I'm studying photography. Right when I got out of high school and I was in community college, I started to take photos of myself, just dressing up, playing around, just like I did in high school with my friends, playing dress up and doing the overtly sexual photographs were really just trying to overcompensate for the way I was feeling. I could show people the photos and they wouldn't know that I had Trick. They wouldn't know, that I was struggling or anything. It's just a photo. Things have changed. I didn't want everyone to think that I was just like pretty from all these other photos. I wanted people to see the real depth into me. And I think there's nothing more beautiful than honesty. Right now I'm just focusing on my thesis project, which is my Trichotillomania project. I can only hope that my project will get me places and will help people and will be spread around. And as of right now, that's my short-term goal. I don't want my parents to feel overwhelmed, and because it's too close to home. It's just too much for me to put them through that. It's not about showing it to people to get sympathy. It's just showing people what I feel and how exhausting it is to have this disorder, how it feels like it takes over my life. People are like, oh, can't you include some breather images? When I am alone with myself, that's all I see. So why should I like let other people breathe when I feel like I can't? I don't normally wax, but in this case, it was like a really good way for me to show people. There's really no reason for me to hide anything at this point. You know, there's blood on the walls, there's my guts on here, and like if I'm afraid to like show people the real thing, that's just crazy. It's the most intense thing that I've put out there.
Well, it's different, I think, for your friends or people to come see it because it's art almost.
Yeah.
But I love you, so it's different.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to just kind of separate yourself from the artwork.
Well, yeah.
And just pretend like it's not me.
Yeah.
It's just some girl that's doing some crazy things.
Yes, but what are you doing to stop this behavior?
Nothing, leave me alone. I'm the hardest critic on myself. I don't feel feminine, I don't feel beautiful with it, I don't feel sexy, and those are big parts of my life. I want to have a boyfriend. I haven't had a boyfriend in 5 years. And you're not going to attract the right person when you're uncomfortable with yourself. And that's something I'm working on. As of right now, I'm still in the mindset of Trick controlling my life. Probably the first thing that I have to do is get a hold on this disorder if I want to go anywhere in my life.
She seems to do it as a relaxation technique when she's bored. Sometimes it would be like pull, 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 because I want to see just the right black and white. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's why sometimes it would be so many. Mm-hmm. Yep. We quickly looked it up, and it was very easy to find out. I mean, I think I just Googled hair is missing from the head or something like that, and there we found it. And Grace was really honest in talking about what happened. She said, yeah, I did it. I pulled it out. But I can't imagine if you had been secretive and didn't tell me that it was you that pulled it out. Imagine if you had like made up a story.
When I was asked in 9th grade why I draw my eyebrows in, I made up the most ridiculous excuse that I've ever heard. I said I was baking brownies, and when I reached in the oven to get the brownies, I burned the hair off my eyebrows, so I have them drawn in until they grow back. I'd be sitting next to my sister on the couch, and we'd be watching TV, and my hand would drift to my face, and she would like swat it down. She'd just be like, don't pluck. I would get so mad. I would just like start to be like, you know, first I'd get really tense and I'd be like, don't tell me that. I hated it, not because I didn't like that she was helping, but because it embarrassed me. When you're that age, you just want to be like everybody else.
I never ever heard anybody say anything about hair pulling, ever. I've heard nail biting, skin picking, and, you know, of course, food, anything to do with food. And I was like, I'm not saying anything, like, that's it. I'm gonna do this on my own. Like, I can stop this. Like, I started it, I should be able to stop it. I thought I was the only person in the world who did this. And I had to, like, seriously, like, keep my mouth shut, because if I didn't, then I was gonna go into like some type of mental institution, or they would put me away, and I had no idea that really I have no control over it, because I thought that I could just control it myself, and that's what I tried to do, and it wasn't working.
What brings us to the retreat is that many of us have struggled with a repetitive behavior that has caused enough distress to make you come here. But essentially the behavior arose, and you know what? For those of us who kind of locked into it, we locked into it because it worked for the brain. One has to be motivated with the intent to make significant change. And the problem with that is that that's scary. And if you really want to change your behavior, you have to be willing to step into the unknown. Because you've looked for answers, right? You've looked for answers in the known. Have you found them?
No way.
Like a blonde.
She looks like Marilyn. Oh, you look so good like this. Girl.
Oh, that's really cute.
Oh,
That's really cute.
Murphy.
It's freaking heartbreaking. This was my, my beautiful blonde freaking daughter with her hair down to her ass, and that people would stop her on the street and say, "Oh my God," and it's like, she was like perfect. I haven't seen her as a teenager or as a young adult with brows and lashes and hair, and I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her in 5 years, how she used to look, how she would look without, a wig or makeup, to give me. So I don't know what she looks like as an adult. So that's sad, and she knows it's sad, and she doesn't, so we want it to come back. She wants it. I think she wants it. That's been a hard thing with her too, because she's
always know if I want it.
She doesn't. I don't know if she wants it. She doesn't.
I think I do.
So it's hard. And there's her doctors. She's sort of an anomaly that way, because she doesn't cry about it. She doesn't. She's just accepting of it, and that's how she copes with whatever she copes with. The whatever pleasure or gratification or whatever it gives her, and
we put glue on my hands, and so I had something to do. I peeled off the glue, Band-Aids on my fingers, Vaseline on my eyebrows and eyelashes. My mom one time threatened to put gloves on me and tape them, and I had to she's like, if you pull a hair, I'll make you go to school with them on. And I was like, no. All those tools and stuff don't help if I don't really want to stop.
It's hard to want to get rid of something that you've been so dependent on. This is the best, most calming thing that I know how to do. It's not that I don't want to stop. It's that I just, at this point in my life, I can't imagine life without it. It's weird to me. I mean, I've been doing this for over half my life, and taking something away that I've been doing for that long, it's like when you have to take a pacifier away from a child when, they're getting older. This is my pacifier.
We all look at her and say, "You look fine. You really don't need the scarf." And sometimes when you're going to a family event where everyone is dressed fancy, for example, we had something recently where the dress that she was wearing, there was no headscarf that matched it. And she wanted to wear something that was really a clash of colors, and it made me angry. And I do sometimes lose it and get angry about it, and I feel badly because I know it's not really right. But yet you do feel angry because you don't want anyone to use something as a crutch. And then you think about it and say, well, why not? Why don't you want someone to have a crutch? If it's a self-soothing activity, Why do we take the baby's pacifier away? Why don't we want the kid to suck their thumb? Are they going to suck their thumb when they're at the prom? Probably not. But as people who are so concerned about how society sees us, I fall into that.
Britney Spears, again, great example. People didn't really realize she had an issue until she shaved her hair. And that says something, I think, that there's so much power bestowed upon your hair that when you lose it, it's like you've almost lost your mind.
People have this idea of what people are supposed to look like, and there's this image of beauty that's shared out. If you stray from that, then you're weird. Society is like, what do you mean you don't have eyebrows? Society's like, what do you mean you don't have hair? Why don't you look the way you're supposed to look?
So like I can do this, put a headband right here.
I don't know. Can we get the headband and then see? Because we might have to. What if we like maybe slip that down a little bit so it's not fluffy and a little gel or something so it looks sleeker. It's a lip balm.
Anybody notice how good Jessie looks?
Yeah. He took it by the neck and
So do you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
look
at
at
you.
you.
Yeah, but look how good it looks. Yeah, I know.
My Picture Every Day is this project that I've been doing since September 2007, whereby I just take a picture of myself every day. The views just hit the roof. One of them is very, very close to 1,750,000 views, something like that. It was only after the second year when the big hair loss started to happen and I started editing it together that I was like, oh, okay, this is starting to get a little bit scary. By year 4, I'd gone bald several times. On the 3rd of February 2011, I decided to shave all my hair off. Lots of people think I have cancer or other things like that, and it's very, very difficult to tell 1 million people that no, I have something else. This is brilliant in certain situations, like when you go to work. Serving clients with massive hair missing, it can be a little bit off-putting. Also just for special occasions, it's nice. Yeah, that's more like the same colour.
Yeah, wispy bangs going on. It's supposed to be like a kind of messy style.
I quite like that already.
Here, you can style it up.
Sorry? Oh, thank you. Right. I haven't had my hair in my eyes for at least 3 years.
Very similar.
Yeah. Gosh. Oh my goodness. Like the Flintstones. Completely random, wow. I look like my mum. Yeah. Those are proper highlights.
You stick the back.
Because that's really, really good.
And sometimes if the color is a really good blend to your hair, we can actually take a little tiny bit of your hair just right on.
The very, very first time we put this on was really scary.
Yeah, I know
because it's exactly how I used to look.
Take out a little bit so it's not like just lace.
Let's see. Oh, sorry, thank you. This is so weird for me. See, it's like the same colour. My goodness. Sorry.
I think I like this one better than the last one.
And it's exactly the same as what I should be. Oh, wow, I'm happy. There we go. In some way, I'm kind of glad that I haven't had a wig, because it means I've grown up looking like myself, and I know what I look like. Whereas if I'd grown up wearing all these different coloured wigs, or wearing just wigs in general, looking back, I kind of feel that I wouldn't know what I look like underneath.
Okay. So, do you want me to take this off now?
So do you want to talk about, like, again, where your trouble spots are? And
Yeah, so the sides are the worst, and the top, and like the top in here probably has the most growth.
Okay.
And the back is, you know,
I beat myself up
it's got some spots.
while I'm doing it, and then I beat myself up even worse the next day because I feel like I could have done something to stop myself. My hands hurt and my head hurts, and if it's my eyelashes, then my eyes start to bother me.
Yeah, because usually what it does is it's just like this wavy curled puff that ends up on top of my head.
So it's pretty wavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead and wet it down. How long has this been
Since
a part of your life?
Oh, since I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I am 27 now. So you're the second person to cut my hair in 11 years.
And do you usually trim it yourself?
Yeah.
Or?
For a good, well, like 8 or 9 years, I just did it myself, and then because Trick was so bad, it was cutting its own length. Like it didn't need to be cut. And then while I've been in recovery, I've had my mom's hairstylist cutting my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And she just does like the quick trim, you know, like nothing fancy. And
just shape it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she was the first person to cut my hair since I was 16.
Wow.
And now you're the second.
I'm honored. All right. Well, what do we think?
Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Feel about right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is good.
It's a good cut for you. It's good shape for your face. I like it.
Good. Kind of feel like putting the wig back on. Because I mean, I could just put my hat back on if I wanted to. Well, then I have to. I'll just wear this for now.
I'll be at work and I'll just be like this all day long. They'll say, oh wow, like your sideburns are crazy. But it's not really my sideburn. What it is it's my facial hair, except I've pulled out this whole section, so all you see is this. I don't know if it's like laziness or what, but like instead of like if I'm like ready to go out the door and I look in the mirror and I see that, it's like just instead of like coming back and fixing it, I just pull it. It's something that I don't realize that I'm doing until the damage is already done. It makes you feel like a little silly and kind of childish and like immature, and it does make you feel embarrassed when you have to explain something that you've done that you can't really explain. I think if I was a girl and I was doing it to my hair, I think that there's a lot more emphasis on what your hair looks like as a girl than what any of your hair looks like as a guy.
If it's a boy, it's much easier because some boys don't have hair, even with cancer. But girls, it affects them more and their families, because if you have a sister that has little bald patches everywhere, you sort of feel a little worried and concerned, because I don't want a bald sister.
How come?
Because I think girls should have hair. I mean, you're not gonna die from it, but she'll feel like she wants to die if somebody does make fun of her.
Would you? You feel like you really want to die if somebody made fun of you for having bald spots?
Or just stay in the house until it grows back.
You would stay in the house until it grows back?
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty hard.
Two things make me really sad. One is that I desperately want a fringe. And I mean my own hair, not a wig. I desperately want my own little bit of hair to play with and look like a girl. And the other thing is this is progress. And I can't see this as progress. But, you know, this time last year, I ripped out something like that big in 3 hours. And I've been pulling for about 6. And if I compare the size of the damage, it's a lot different. So this is progress. Gosh, I'm so upset.
I missed a lot of school because I didn't want to go to school, just because I didn't want to see these people. Every day of my life, I had to pass these people in the hallway. I didn't want to see them. I didn't want to talk to them. I didn't want to hear the comments that they came up with for that day to like call me. Back then, if there was more awareness about trichotillomania and I didn't have to go through this on my own, I probably would have excelled way more than I actually did. Like, nobody cared enough to do any type of research or have like a real conversation with me about what was going on. Having to lie about this for, God, like 13 years, it was like legitimately ruining my life and nobody knew it.
We were at recess. We were lining up, and then my friend pulled off my headband. I ran to the side and was crying, and I didn't know why. I just didn't put my hood on.
Oh, you had a hood on?
Yeah, and I stayed there for a long time. Then he gave me back my headband, so I had to fix it 3 times, and I went back inside, grabbed my lunchbox, and hid in the bathroom.
You hid in the bathroom for a long time, right?
Yeah, and then
Does it bother you that this kind of thing happens?
Yeah, it actually does bother me.
Why?
Because I'm afraid that somebody's gonna see her and without her headband on, and they're gonna start laughing at her. And I've been telling Grace that if anybody laughs at you, if your headband falls off or something, I'll like pound them for you or something.
Does anybody have a particular story about it, one experience that stands out for you?
I just feel like less of a woman. I don't swim comfortably. I don't go out and do anything. I feel like when I was younger, I got bullied a lot. And I was pushed into lockers, and I became the destroyer of myself. And my only relief was hiding in the bathroom, and that's when the hair pulling started. And ever since that experience, I've been made fun of, and I've quit jobs because of it. So...
And you are so with or without hair, and yet the feelings just tear us up.
2 weeks ago, I tried to take my life because somebody made a comment, and I just got to a point where, what am I living for? Because I want to be able to just be alive and be free and not worry about wearing a hat in public, you know? And I'm getting there. Eventually I'll feel like a woman again.
Questions or statements that upset people who have trichotillomania. You'll never get a job looking like that. Do you have cancer? Is it contagious? Don't you realise you're doing it to yourself? Doesn't it hurt? Baldy! It's just stress. It's attention seeking. I thought you would have outgrown it by now. Have you tried sitting on your hands? You do it to get attention. You don't look attractive. No one wants a bald girlfriend. Rebecca, just put your hand down. Stop it! Just stop pulling! Stop it! Just put your hands down! Just stop! Why can't you just stop it?
Can we please just talk about how fucking long and dark my leg hair is? What the fuck? It's so dark. I mean, it's like, I look like Chewbacca. I look like a Wookiee. It's a fact. Dermatillomania is a new thing to me. That's also something I didn't know about. But that one I didn't know about till last year. The difference between me and a lot of people that just have trich, I'm digging under my skin. And not only for hairs, but like zits and scars. Like, I can't keep a scab on to save my life. All I can think about is pulling my hair out. Right now I'm gonna try and stay in control because I know that this is not something I want to be doing for the rest of my life. Alright, so I'm gonna go make myself pretty. And by the way, the whole time I was doing that, I was just thinking, why the fuck am I doing this? When I moved to New York, the first thing that I wanted to do was find a therapist that could help me with this. The thing that she had me do is to keep a timesheet. It was, what were you feeling before you started picking? Which is something I could never answer. I mean, I don't know. As I was saying before, you know, I have this glazed over thing where that's all I can think about. I'm just like, I wonder if there's an ingrown hair right now on my leg. I mean, that's all I think about. But probably before that, I'm thinking, I have all this homework to do. I'm really stressed out. So it's frustrating. Like, you wish that there could be some miracle drug that can just stop everything, but there's not.
One of the most upsetting things I've had is how doctors have treated trichotillomania, because it's it's like they don't treat it seriously. One, they don't know what it is to start with, and then two, because it's something that you do to yourself, they automatically turn off. They don't want to know.
So what we're going to do today is do a whirlwind tour of what scientifically is known about hair pulling, and by association with hair pulling, by skin picking.
They always teach you about the anorexia and like bulimia and like how those are like serious problems. They constantly instill that into your brain, but they don't tell you picking your skin is a serious anxiety disorder. Biting your nails is a serious anxiety disorder. They tell you, oh, don't do that.
How do you shake them and say that this is serious? I mean, we put it in the journals now, write articles about it, speak before groups, and believe me, there are more people who are taking it seriously, but we still have a ways to go. There are signs that at not only other countries, but other times. And so going back into wherever there's writing and representation as a human behavior, you can often find something that suggests that trichotillomania is in every culture and in every time that human beings were around with hands and hair. That there are probably biological variables that cause more women than men to do it. How come you don't know more people then? And the answer is usually because people hide it so well.
I wanted it to be real to people. I didn't want people to look at it as shock value, which is what most people do. I wanted it to become real, and that's why I chose the things that I did. And I'm nervous, just because like, there's also a naked picture of me. So my dad and my brother are gonna see it, and that's just not comforting to me. We'll just see how they respond to it. They try to be as supporting as they can be. I mean, they support me in whatever I do, but it's just not easy to see someone inflict pain on themselves.
Really significant statements about the closeness of here, her family, and here, her own issues.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. I'm serious.
It was?
Yeah, that was the point of it.
We didn't know anything. We didn't know anything else other than sort of superficial signs of what was clearly a struggle.
And here, just seeing you dressed the way you are, your legs exposed, is a first. Witness it.
Yeah.
Down with us all things.
Congratulations and cheers
Cheers.
to the fact that you have now shared the secret.
I'm pretty proud of the fact that I'm at least able to come out and show people now, and it's made me a stronger person. And now it's not in the forefront of my mind all the time about hiding it.
You know, the truth is that that's true for everybody. Everybody has a struggle to come to terms with who they are as a whole person.
Mom, because she was aware of it, even if I was wearing sweatpants and a little bit of like the red would show at the bottom of by my ankle, she would just be like, that's always the reaction. Oh my God, oh my God. And that's something that made me, I didn't want to upset anyone. She needs a drink now.
I need a drink.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you feel the fact that
we're
not upset?
But it's not something I'm proud of and I want to show other people.
Is this?
I can handle anything now.
Because of that drink.
Because of the drink?
Mm-hmm. But when I, of course, started researching and Googling and looking for answers and that sort of thing, there's nothing out there. There's very little out there. And that so many people suffer from this in one way or another, and it's left untreated, is really sad. It's very sad, and it's confounding, you know?
And I'm lucky that I have such a supportive family too. You know, not everyone is, you know, able to have that.
Let's talk to Mom. When you first got a sense of what was going on with your daughter, what happened for you?
You know, Lauren has been pulling for 5 or 6 years, and it was a slow progression, and I don't feel like initially it really had a huge impact on our life. I think as a parent, we didn't know what to say, and we thought that she had more control. You know, if she wanted to stop, she could, and it's been a progression for us in terms of a learning experience of how to help her, how to accept her, how to not feel frustrated. But it really didn't control our life initially, and then as it progressed and it was harder on her, then I think it had a bigger impact, and I felt helpless, frustrated, because as a mom, you want to help your kid. You don't want to see them sad, and it was impacting her self-image, how she felt about herself as she was getting into junior high years, where, you know, some of the kids are not so nice about it.
The biggest thing that really hit me was really listening to what parents have to say. It's something along the lines of, I really wish there was something that I could do to help you. Hearing that come from somebody else too makes me kind of like open my eyes a little more into giving my parents even more credit for what they've had to deal with me.
And how is that for you, hearing your mom talk about it?
I guess it's really special that she's so understanding, because I know that not everybody has that support. And just knowing that when I come home and I don't have eyelashes anymore, or I have patches on my hair, that she just says tomorrow's a new day. And it's not so much about that I'm pulling my hair, but more about that I have the anxiety that's causing it and the anxiety that results from it. And so that's more what we're trying to focus on, is fixing that anxiety instead of just the disorder.
Valerie, how is this for you, listening to others and being here right now?
Well, it brings back a lot of memories. Right now, I'm pretty stable with where I am. I do, you know, cover up my hair as it's growing back in. I have not had eyebrows for like 10 years, so it's like part of my daily routine. You know, I can't get up in the morning and just walk out of my room like some people can. If I could give advice to anybody, I would say keep people that are very supportive in your life and stay away from the ones that aren't so supportive.
Sammy is 11 months younger than I am, so we're really close. How's it going? It's good. She was always chill and cool and fun and had a lot of friends, and she's really pretty. And having my eyebrow thing was sort of a tough thing for me because Sammy is pretty.
How was there a way that, or how was there a way, maybe not anymore because you don't need that support anymore, but what could I have done that would maybe alleviate your insecurity? Or
I mean, a lot of it was stuff that I needed to work on for myself.
Yeah.
I think that having a family who was understanding and having a sister who was understanding was great, Sometimes it was difficult because they were trying to change me, and I would get defensive about trying to be changed.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say
But
changed.
you were, yeah, I know.
We saw you
but-
struggle. We just didn't
yeah.
want you to have to deal with that.
I guess it is interesting to know that, like, you guys felt concern and felt.
Well, that was the main reason that we
yeah.
tried to help you, because I saw, like, how you were, you know, how, like, you'd have to run into the bathroom and put it on. Like, I didn't want you to have to experience something that would make you so self-conscious or insecure. So I wanted, that's why we all wanted to help you, to see if, like, we can get past it, or, you know, we didn't really know what it was, or what,
Yeah.
like, what, that it was a different type of,
No,
like,
I mean, none of us really knew.
right, so.
When we first started dating, I did not notice the pulling that much. I don't know when I started noticing it.
It was in the movies.
Oh, well, yeah, and still to this day, like, I notice, and it's kind of like, I mean, I have a similar thing. I have bitten my nails for as long as I can remember.
Mark will say, I can hear that, stop doing that, I can hear that, but then I'll look over at him and he's like munching away on his fingernails. So it's like, we do the same thing, except, you know, biting your fingernails, I guess, is a little bit more acceptable or a little bit more known about, but pulling your hair out of your face is a little less easy to explain.
Yeah, whenever I see him do it, I try to, you know, hit his arm and, like, make a joke so that he doesn't, like, feel bad for doing it, because I get it, for whatever reason, it helps him deal, you know, much like my fingernails, it's just helping me, like, I don't know, accomplish something or something. But, yeah, we're definitely good at hitting each other's hands and
I feel like I want to do it right now.
No, what? Hit my hand or pull your hair out?
Like just right there.
No. You don't need to. You really.
I'm also getting hot.
You should instead, if you want to do that, just shave.
That's like saying, well, instead of biting your nails, just pull them all out.
No, that's like saying instead of biting my nails, I should really clip them.
But that's not going to stop you from biting them, because you bite them way beyond the normal threshold.
It's not that bad. Some fingers, yeah.
Right, who we... Hi. Hello. Yeah, how are you? I'm good, thank you.
Brown, right?
Yes, the colour. It's just so scary seeing all these name tags.
I know there's like over 500 people coming. It's crazy.
Gosh.
This is so good to like keep your hands busy. I guess that's the point of it.
I'm gonna buy all of these.
These Dermatch stuff is incredible for the hair. You put it in and it just fills it in. You start out with that, and you come up to that, and you can swim, you can go out in the rain, and it gives people who suffer from tricks incredible freedom. I mean, there's such a fear that they walk out. Is it windy? I can't go swimming? Is it raining out? I mean, it's just a whole other life that tricksters live with. But that's the kind of thing that we try and build to give them freedom.
Looks exactly like it would be growing out your scalp, and I'll lift it up in the front so you can see. So it adheres with adhesive.
What do you want to walk away from this weekend? What are you going to get from here? What are you looking at? The classes, the people. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
It's like a family away from family.
How's your mood?
All over the place.
What?
All over the place.
And you know, that's pretty typical when you have a brilliant, creative, developing brain and you're 20 years old and life is just overwhelming because your level of sensitivity. So you want to learn to have some stillness that you can go to. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to, but not from pulling. That's the blind place.
We've got our little booklets.
I find that right now, like, after seeing just a couple of people checking in, I partially feel guilty because I don't pick at my hair on my head, so I feel like this is my real hair, and I'm looking at all these people who their hair is like just diminished, and And it's hard for me to see because I've never been to a conference and I haven't been exposed to it and I don't pull out the hair on my head, so I'm just not used to it. So it's making me nervous, it's making me feel guilty because I'm able to hide it. Like, there's really no way to prepare for this.
Yes, in the case of people who pick at ingrown hairs or trying to get the root of hairs, I think of it as more of a trick issue than a picking issue, although it's arguably both, I mean, kind of in the eyes of the beholder in some ways. There's a range of other health issues that often co-occur that aren't just about diagnoses. And part of this is self-esteem, feelings of attractiveness.
It's hard being intimate with guys, especially when you pick at your bikini line. I actually met a guy who saw my work. He was like, "Whoa, these are awesome. Are these you?" And I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. No big deal." And he had already known about it before I had slept with him, which was a first. And so that kind of made everything easier because I was like, all right, he already knows the deal. He knows what I look like naked because I already have the photos. He's seen it all and he still wants it, so you can have it. Like, I'll allow it. It's okay.
And with wigs, it's like a lot more difficult because it's not like you can just meet somebody and like you're about to like hop into bed and you're like, oh, I'll be right back, and you go take my hair off. Like, you can't just like, it's not like take my shirt off, take my pants off, take my hair off. Like, that's like not hard. I don't think that's like a good striptease. It's like
I'm 7 months pull-free now, so my hair's starting to grow back. But I kept it a secret for the longest time. And one of the big reasons was when I was about 14, 15, I had a boyfriend who, I told him about my trick up front and he was fine with it. But he became obsessed with wanting to see me without my wig. And one day we were just, like sitting on the couch watching a movie, and he actually took off my wig. He pulled it off. I was caught off guard, and the comment he made was like, "Thank God you wear that so I don't have to look at you every day." And that kept me wanting to cover it up for so long. Sorry. And it took me so long to feel okay with myself. And I didn't even want to look at myself anymore in the mirror. And I thought, and the saddest part about it was I stayed with him after that because I was like, no one else is ever going to care, so why end a relationship if I'm never going to have another one? And even though I was young and I understand now that he was just immature and stupid, it kept me closed up for so long.
Did you drop him then?
Yeah, no, I did.
I am fed up of this feeling of, yes, I'm doing so well. Finally, I have hair. And then 3 months down the line, after having such wonderful hair, I've torn it all out again. You're constantly going around in this cycle of being really happy and feeling absolute shame and embarrassment. I can't see any of this regrowth as progress because I know that at some point it's going to go. For me, the biggest success with Trichotillomania is not about how many days you've been pull-free, and it's not about how much hair is on your head. It's about acceptance, about how you feel about yourself in here.
At first I was trying to hide it, and it just caused so much more anxiety and stuff, and it just caused me to pull more. That I'm just if you don't care, then if you don't care, then you can be a friend, and if you do care, then go away. Yeah. I have bottom eyelashes for the first time since 6th grade. That's awesome. And I have all of mine, and I have no idea how it happened. All of a sudden, one day I was oh, when did you get there? Obviously, I'm not all the way better yet, but I'm a lot stronger than I was, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm happy that it happened to me because it's made me so much stronger, and it's made me who I am.
Yeah. I'm always gonna feel like this isn't accepted. I'm always gonna feel like this is weird. This isn't normal. When the reality is, the people who actually care about me don't care about my eyebrows.
There's always that girl who, brushes her hair a little too long, or there's that girl who's obsessive about her fingernails, or, there's a boy who has to go to the gym 3 hours a day, or else they don't feel self-worth. Like everybody's got something that makes them a little weird.
Julia, do you think Grace would be a better person because she had a lot of hair?
No.
Do you think she's the same with hair or without hair?
Yes.
Do you like her better with hair?
I don't really care.
I don't care either. And I'm noticing little trick kind of things in all the kids, right? And in us. You know what? I think we all have a little something. I think we all do a little something, and I think many people have some sort of a need to do a repetitive behavior.
Jana biting her nails.
Nail biting is one.
Finished doing that.
You're finished with that? Okay, she's finished with that.
We will now proceed with the closing circle. If anyone is moved to share, please feel free to do so.
I want to thank everyone so much for being here, for reaching out, for everyone who did one-on-ones with me, because I got so much out of this year. It was so incredible, such an incredible experience this year. So I just want to thank you all so much for making this such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful retreat.
I just want to thank everybody who has taken the time to sit down and talk with me about their experiences. There is hope to be able to be happy and to live your life even with this disorder. And so what I'll take home from this is even if I don't stop pulling right away, that I can still be happy and still pull at the same time.
I was really moved on the first night Julia spoke. And Christina asked when she was done speaking, how old are you? And she said, I'm 14 tomorrow. And I said, oh my gosh, she has the same birthday as I do. And the first thing that came up for me is my 14th birthday was not the same as hers. I was all alone, and I'm so moved that people that weren't even born when TLC started are now getting the benefit of it.
So much of the suffering that we experience as a community has to do more with the ignorance and the shame that we feel, and those are curable now.
Yeah, but I told him, I wish him the best, and I want him to do it.
Hello, Oscar.
Hi, Val. How are you, darling? What's your stuff? All the way up there?
Yeah, all the way up there. But when you stand back, you can see it really nicely.
I like the direction we're going.
Yeah? Hi, how are you? Good.
It's very hard to live with this. It's not easy, but I still have been able to live a pretty balanced life, have a relationship with somebody, have friends of, all different friends, be able to go out in social scenes and still do the things that I really enjoy doing, but I'm doing it with a lot of anxiety. I'm not just doing it carefree like most people do. I'm very lost on trying to figure out why I do this. I think now I'm more focused on what I can do to move on from this and just have it be manageable in my life and live my life and enjoy my life and just really do something great with myself. And for me, doing creative things and working on something like an actual physical, tangible thing is what I really want to do. And I think that if I focus all of my energy, it will definitely help my trick, and I think that it will become more manageable for me.
I couldn't allow another young girl to go 8 years, as long as I did, without knowing what they're doing is like an actual disorder. That's not fair to me. I mean, It's one thing to have the disorder, but it's another thing to not know that other people are doing it too, and that you're not a freak. I mean, I thought I was a freak. It was definitely one of the biggest, or the biggest photographic accomplishment that I've had so far. And it was really exciting to be recognized, especially for my work based on the disorder. Isaac, are you gonna rip your sleeves off?
It's okay.
Did you forget it was summer?
No, this is fine.
On the trip, I didn't pull out my hair the whole time, pretty much. It was pretty amazing that, like, you know, for 10 days I was able to stop this disorder that I've been doing for, 12 years. Unfortunately, like, I got back and, maybe like 2 days later I already started again.
I remember seeing your legs and I was like, oh, that's a weird way, like, did she scratch up her legs on something? There was like a real shift, I think, like the second half of the trip where you were wearing shorts. And
like the one thing I have done that I hadn't done before was I've at least like started to accept that I have this disorder. I would love to spread the word about the disorder, and I would love to share my photos with as many people as I can. There are fewer things that I have to work on now that I've learned a lot more about myself, and I've grown some more confidence. I still have a long ways to go, but don't we all?
Hello, today's the 16th of September and I'm vlogging to you. I don't want people to necessarily understand it, but I'd like them to know that trichotillomania does exist and it affects loads of people. I've got to accept that this condition is going to be with me for life. It's not a phase. I'm not going to get rid of this in the next year. It's not going to go away overnight. I'm not going to have the long hair. No matter how hard I try, it's just, it's not going to happen. I have stuff missing, but if I've not had hair this long for about 3 years, and I might lose it again, but the fact that I've got to this point, and I can actually see it for the first time in 3 years, I can pull it forwards and look at it. It's awesome. There was a point I remember when, for the first time in years, I felt the wind go through my hair, and it just pushed the fringe back, and I was like, oh, wow, like, happiness.
The world to know that trich is like a scar that never heals.
Especially because people with trich are so secretive and they hide.
If I go a single day without pulling, that is a victory.
I want the world to know that it's not just a habit. It's not just a stress, anxiety problem.
A lot of people are very ignorant toward the topic, and I want them to know that it's not a disease, it's not contagious.
I want the world to find out the right information about trich.
That it is something that has existed for thousands of years. I mean,
people that have trich are completely normal and can do normal things.
People that have this are just like everybody else, and all they want are people to accept them for who they are.
Thought of all the people
what I can and can't allow. And I look at my hands, I could dig down for truth. They could put up a fight. Yeah, that's what I can do. Gonna take a good hard look. Gonna turn some things around. I'm gonna build back up what's been taken down. Gonna take a good hard look at that source in the ground. Then I'll make I gotta make a change. Went down in that water, I kissed its shiny sheen. Thought about those who were waiting for the angels, who waited a lot longer than me. Swam down in that water, swear I heard it speak to me. It said, honey, you better